Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, this is going to be a very quick podcast just talking to you about fixed and variable and total costs. It really is a foundation or the basis for break-even, which we're going to look at in a couple of sections or a couple of units time. But in order to understand break-even, you must understand fixed, variable and total costs. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go over these now with you. Now, obviously a cost is just an outflow of money from the business, okay? So a cost is something you have to pay for, money is leaving the business and going out from the business. Now, the two types of costs we have fixed costs. So fixed costs, your definition on the board, guys. So fixed costs do not vary with the amount the business produces or its output. Now, the key here, in order to, this would be a 2-mark question if you get asked what are fixed costs. And the key thing to say is not just that fixed costs do not change or do not vary, but you must say that they do not vary with output, with how much the business produces. Okay? Now, the three that I want you to remember for fixed costs are rent, salaries, and insurance. Your rent always stays the same. You produce nothing, you have to pay your rent. You produce 10, your rent's still the same. You produce 100, you still pay your rent, and your rent stays the same. So the rent does not change with the amount that the business produces. Okay? I'm on a salary, I get paid the same amount of money every single month. Doesn't matter whether school's open or closed, whether I work more hours or less hours, my salary is always the same, so salaries are fixed. Insurance is the same as well. You pay your insurance premiums every month, they never change. Variable costs, however, are costs that do change with output. So you can say that variable costs increase as the business produces more. They go up with output. So they're costs which do change as production or output levels change, such as raw materials and wages. So if you produce nothing, you use no raw materials. If you produce 10, you use more raw materials, and if you produce 100, you use even more raw materials. So as production increases, the amount of raw materials that you need to buy increases. Okay? Wages are paid per hour. So if you're not open, if you're closed, you don't pay anybody any wages because you're not open. If you produce more, then the amount of people you need on wages goes up. So your wage bill will increase. So with wages, they change with output. The other costs that you have, guys, are total costs. And in order to get total costs, you basically just add the two together. So you take your fixed costs, you add your total variable costs, and that gives you your total costs. Now I will draw you to total variable costs, not just variable costs. I'll go over this more with you when we do break even. Okay? So just remember, fixed costs stay the same with output, variable costs change with output, and just add the two together, and that gives you your total costs. Okay guys, I'm going to leave that one there then. So that was a very quick introduction to fixed, variable and total costs, and I'll see you next time.